week in Greyhound View, we look back on both the semi-finals of the Red Mills Irish Cesarewitch and the Kennedy Cup from Limerick. We check on the nominees for the National Greyhound Awards, plus the award-winning Brood Bitch Daly's Heartthrob. But first, we head to Mullingar. Mullingar Greyhound Stadium attracted a large crowd again last weekend for the semi-finals of the Red Mills Irish Cesarewitch. This, the first classic of the year, saw Canute starting the hot favourite after breaking the track record in the first and second round. We join Michael Fortune.
Now let's look at the runners for the first semi-final. In trap 1 is Metric Bill, owned by Larry Byrne, trained by Johnny Kavanagh, son of Roanoke, and Metric Malva. Very well drawn on the inside and a strong stare. Number 2 here is Top Action, owned by Kelly Heaton, trained by Francie Murray, a son of Top Honcho and Queer Spring, a dog with a very good record around Mullingar, well beaten behind Silver Shout last time. Number 3 is Unsinkable Jules, owned and trained by Jim Green in Lurgan, a daughter of Prince of Tinra, and First Dollar, another greyhound with good form here in Mullingar, but yet to register a first success in this Cesarewitch. Number 4 is Droopy's Gloria, a finalist last year, owned by the Us 4 Syndicate, trained by Graham Calvert, a daughter of Droopy's Merson and Lisna Kilvicky. Nothing will be finishing faster. Number 5 is Early Lark, owned by PJ Quinn and trained by Dolores Ruth, a son of Larkill Joe and Lorraine's friend, yet to score here in this Cesarewitch, but a dog that's been improving with every run and always capable of producing that big run on the night. And in 6th, the favourite here, Silver Shout, owned by I. Irvin, trained by Brian Gavin, a son of Mustang Jack and Loeb. This looks a really exciting stare in the making. 6-4 on favourite for this one, and well, that certainly seems to be justified. Now the hare on its way, in behind Traps and away to go. Number 3 fast out, Unsinkable Jules, leading up with 1 Metric Bill on the inside, making ground on the outside, the favourite Silver Shout, and Silver Shout takes it up before the bend and goes on at the first bend. It's Silver Shout going on by 2 lengths from 1 Metric Bill in second. Number 3 Unsinkable Jules next, and number 2 Top Action in fourth. But down the back, Silver Shout, he's not going to be beaten from here. Gone 3 in front of 1 Metric Bill in second. Number 3 Unsinkable Jules is third, and then number 2 Top Action coming on the scene. But turning for home, it's Silver Shout out front. He's going on to win this one decisively from Metric Bill in second, staying on. Number 4 putting in a big run, Droopy's Gloria, gets through to qualify. But Silver Shout, the impressive winner of this first semi-final. The winner, number 6 Silver Shout, owned by I. Irvine, second number 1 Metric Bill, and third number 4 Droopy's Gloria, the time 33:35.
Outgoing CEO Michael Field was honoured on the night when he received a presentation from the members of the Mullingar Stadium in recognition of his dedication to the sport.
Well, in many ways I feel lonely and a little nostalgic. I've enjoyed the 6 or 7 years that I've been with Bornagan. It has been a tremendous time and tremendous change and tremendous improvement. But Mullingar I particularly like because we met here a group of directors who wanted to keep a stadium going. They had a most valuable site, probably the most valuable site in Mullingar town. And I asked them a direct question, do you want to keep greyhound racing going? And they said yes. And they said we're quite willing to give half the equity of the track to Bornagan if they're willing to do it up. And it has been one of the most successful developments we have done. And that's reflected here tonight. And it is reflected every Thursday and every Saturday night here. Figures are tremendous. We have a great manager here. And the directors are now very proud of the decision that they took. So it's a win for everybody. And it's a tremendous. And I love coming back here. And I look forward to coming back and racing a few greyhounds here in the years ahead.
And so we come to the second semi-final of the Cesarewitch in this race. Well, Canute is the one to beat here, and there we see him. Canute, owned by the Joint Luck Syndicate, trained by Johnny Donoghue, a son of Tom's the Best and Any Chewing Gum. He did a brilliant 32.93 last week, and well, he's certainly the one to beat. In trap 2, Cora Kelly Lass, owned by Paul Murphy, trained by Kevin Losty, a daughter of Do You Get It and Cora Kelly Pet. Cora Kelly Lass, very consistent, goes well to the corner, could give Canute a run in the early stages. Number 3 is Tut Tut, another good early pacer, owned by Nick Codd from Enniscorthy and trained by Johnny Kavanagh, who already has a finalist. This one is son of Metric Prince and Aqueduct Tune, finished second behind Cabbage White last week. Number 4, Metric Millie, another Johnny Kavanagh runner, owned by Larry Byrne, a daughter of Roanoke and Metric Melba. Very strong performer this one, won her first round here and ran well second time behind Silver Shout. In 5 is Cabbage White, a real local specialist, owned by Pat Connolly, trained by Francie Murray, son of Smooth Rumble and Midas Blossom. This fella goes up well and stays strongly. No runner in trap 6, Haliska Vienna and Absentee. As we wait for the hare now behind traps, a way to go. 3, Tut Tut gets off to a good start. Canute on the inside, just pushing out that fraction coming up to the corner. Now Canute ranges up the inside and takes it up at the bend from 3, Tut Tut in second. Number 5, Cabbage White was third, now gone second, just a length in it as they head down the back straight. That's a length and a half now as Canute begins to pile it on down into the third bend. Canute gone on by 2 lengths now from Cabbage White. Tut Tut in third. Cabbage White comes to challenge but runs wide between the third and fourth bends, and away goes Canute. He's gone on, the record holder, stretching clear up the straight. This is impressive again from Canute, winning from Cabbage White and Tut Tut. Yes, Canute really running this track to perfection. As we see the result, the winner, number 1, Canute, owned by the Joint Luck Syndicate. Second, number 5, Cabbage White. And third, number 3, Tut Tut. Time 33:27. The trap draw for the final being made by Michael Field, the Chief Executive of the Irish Greyhound Board. And it resulted in 1, Tut Tut, 2, Canute, 3, Droopy's Gloria, 4, we have Metric Bill, 5 is Silver Shout, and 6, Cabbage White.
Brian and Jacqueline McCann from Enniscorthy in County Wexford were pleasantly surprised when they were told that their 13-year-old bitch Daly's Heartthrob was to receive the Brood Bitch Award at the National Greyhound Awards next weekend.
Daly's Heartthrob is a bitch that we bought in 1990. We've seen an advert in the Sporting Press and we phoned up the breeder Anna Regan from Portlaw in Waterford. We were looking to buy a dog and there was no dogs left, and it turned out that there was one bitch left in the litter that nobody had took, and she was the smallest in the litter, and it turned out she was white, a colour I didn't like, so I was looking for a plain dog, and so we ended up buying her. After all that, it wasn't the one we're looking for, but she turned out to be a blessing for us.
Brian left Daly's Heartthrob in Ireland until she was ready to go into training. She then joined him in England, where he and his family got huge enjoyment watching her run. She was a good early pace bitch, but her racing career came to an end at the age of 3. She was kept as a family pet and moved back to Ireland with the rest of the family a few years later, when she started her career as a brood bitch.
I had a great friend of mine from Scotland, Jimmy Smith. He'd always been at me to breed the bitch. That he trained her for a while when she was racing in the flaps, and he thought the world of her. And with a lot of encouragement from him, it turned out one day he says, we'll take a chance and we'll breed from her. Our first litter was by a dog called Ready About. We went to the Newport stud and they looked after us well there. And in that first litter there was a very good dog called Haliska Patch. He's a claim to fame. He beat Moyne Rebel in his first race in Thurles, and Moyne Rebel was the champion over there.
Her second litter included the Euro off-track 600 winner Haliska Vienna and the prolific marathon winner Blue Boomer.
Haliska Vienna won the Euro off-track in Shelburne Park last year. He wasn't fancied to win the final from the outsiders, but the people who knew about the dog were surprised at the price he was, that they felt that a dog that was definitely going to lead, and he was going to be leading maybe 50 yards to go, where they're going to pick him up. So the owners had a bet on the dog and were delighted with the price. Some people thought it was a shock and other people thought, well, this was just a giveaway. We were really delighted that night. He ran well, and it was the biggest race that we've ever been involved in.
Down the back, it's Haliska Vienna in front. Top of the best coming up to take second place and challenge. And top of the best is moving strong. In behind, Haliska Vienna in front. Top of the best in second. These are clear, and Late Show is way at the rear, but up the straight. Haliska Vienna in front. Top of the best coming out of this is going to be a thrilling finish. Haliska Vienna from top of the best.
His brother Blue Boomer has been an exceptional dog. He's broke 3 track records and he holds a national record for the 700. In fact, he broke the national record twice in Cork. He's been a great servant. I think he's won about 27 races.
Bound the back straight. Number 4, Mixed Top Lady leads. Here comes number 2, Blue Boomer, with that powerful back straight dash of his down into the penultimate corner. Number 4, Mixed Top Lady, now been taken on and passed by Blue Boomer. He won't be caught at this stage, surely. Number 4, Mixed Top Lady in second. Back in third, number 5, Melons Bar. But this one all over. Blue Boomer has struck the front, up the home straight. Number 2, Bloomer, a very convincing winner of this one. Second to number 5.
On our next litter, we took her to Spiral Nikita. She had 5, 3 dogs and 2 bitches. They're all started now racing. So far, the Haliska Highlander has done very well. He's won the Midland Puppy Derby up in Mullingar, and he was a semi-finalist in the Puppy Derby at Harold's Cross. He won 2 rounds of that. From Daly's Heartthrob, the first of her progeny are been mated. The bitch called Haliska Margaret, she's been mated to Smooth Rumble, and Smooth Rumble was the father of Haliska Vienna, so we're hoping that cross works back the way. Margaret is by Spiral Nikita, and she's due to be up next week, and we're very hopeful that these pups will be special as the same as the rest of pups. And as far as Daly's Heartthrob is concerned, her days are she's in retirement now, and she's going to live the rest of her days running around the yard as she has been doing for a long time. And she'll help us with the pups. When we go galloping, she comes along with us and runs around, and she's great fun. And she's just come up to her 13th birthday, and we're looking forward to having a wee party for her.
In part 2, we bring you the semi-finals of the Kennedy Cup and the nominees for the National Greyhound Awards.
Let's all hope that we're in for some thrilling action here at the Marketsfield Stadium in Limerick with the semi-finals of the Red Mills Kennedy Cup. It's the Paul Hennessy-trained Nod Mac that is the outright favourite to win the competition at 6-4. Hennessy is also well represented in the opening semi-final, particularly with Johnny Jump Up. Dogs are loaded now for the opening semi-final. In 1, Ballymac Wise. 2, Johnny Jump Up. 3, Shiva's Mist. In 4, Flashing Away. Send It Crazy is 5, and Honcho's Arrow is 6. 3 to qualify. Here comes towards Strap. The favourite is 1. That's Ballymac Wise. He's out reasonably okay down the centre as well. Out wide, it's Flashing Away that takes them on, along with Shiva's Mist into the opening bend. Ballymac Wise now on the rails, moving on by a couple of lengths. Into second, it's Shiva's Mist holding on to third at the moment. Down the back straight is Flashing Away, but the leader is the great veteran. That's Ballymac Wise. Second, bend from home. He's clear by 2 now from Shiva's Mist. Flashing Away still holding on to third. Off the final bend they come, and the leader here is Ballymac Wise up towards the line. A challenge coming in from Flashing Away, desperately close, and Flashing Away has managed to get up in time and win. A check now on the complete result of the first semi-final to the Red Mills Kennedy Cup. A win for Flashing Away, second Shiva's Mist, and also qualifying Ballymac Wise. The time 28.91. With the winning connections of the Rev Ram Syndicate and of course Flashing Away, you must be very pleased with the win here tonight, Des.
Absolutely delighted. He's a young dog. Got the run of the race tonight, was able to get up the inside. He needs inside, and it's great. He's in the final. It's a bonus.
John, finished a thundering finish, it must be said.
Oh yes, we're hopeful that he'll develop into a nice 550 dog or something like that. He needs hopefully a slightly longer distance as he gets older, but we'll hope for the best in the final.
The great veteran Chandler's Park is in 1, 2 Chanters Barney, 3 Hushman, Ballymac Bargain 4, 5 Burn Park Cuckoo, and with the stripes, Nod Mac. Although all not that well drawn, Nod Mac is our favourite from box 6. Here comes towards Straps, and they're racing in the second semi-final. Chandler's Park is well away down the centre. It's Hushman as well there, and Hushman takes a surprise lead into the opening bend, going on now by maybe 2 or 3 lengths from Chandler's Park. And the favourite is back in fourth. Remember, 3 to qualify. We're way out in front. It's Hushman now by 4, possibly 5 from Chandler's Park. This is going to be an upset here in the second semi-final into the finishing straight, and Hushman is going to finish in front here at the line. Hushman, Chandler's Park, also qualifying Nod Mac. A check now on the result of the second semi-final of the Red Mills Kennedy Cup. It's a win for Hushman, second Shanless Park and third Nod Mac. The winning time a smart 28.26. The trap draw for next weekend's final of the Red Mills Kennedy Cup of 2003. In 1, Ballymac Wise, 2, Nod Mac, Sheba's Mist is 3, 4, Hushman, Flashing Away in 5 and 6, Shanless Park. Pat Wilmot, one of the well-known punters here at the Marcus Field Stadium. Looking at the semi-finals, Pat, did they pan out the way you thought they would?
No, they panned out actually good for the bookmakers. It was the first semi-final produced a big upset with the victory of Flashing Away, and the second semi-final with the defeat of Nodmac, who was an odds-on shot, but it was badly drawn in 6 tonight, and he's much better drawn in the final in 2, and I think he's the likely winner with a better break.
I'm sure he's a sharp price favourite to win as well.
He'll be around evens in the final from trap 2. Number 1 will be second favourite at 3-1. Joint second favourite Hushman at 3-1, and it'll be any price to the other 3. But number 2 looks the one to beat, definitely.
To start, the hair behind the traps on the way to bypass byway, hitting the one to Derby in runaway fashion.
Middle line, Loa has won it. Mega Delight wins the Cesarewitch for 2002. On the line, Fortune Mike, I think, gets there.
Bobby Keane in behind. This is
And Metric Tiger wins it.
putting in a huge run. Life's Beauty has won the Oaks.
Serene Rumble wins it.
It's that time of the year again where the top Greyhound performers are honoured at the National Greyhound Awards, which take place this weekend at Limerick. There are 4 main categories up for decision, namely Sprint, Marathon, Bitch and Dog of the Year. Let's take a look at the first category. Our first category is the Sprint Greyhound of the Year. The nominees for this are Killine and Buddy, a May 2000 dog by Argyll Buddy out of live commentary. Trained by Fraser Black, let's take a look at him winning the Paddy Power 350 at Shelburne Park. He's racing from Trap 2.
And away they go, and it's number 2 Killine and Buddy with number 3 Ranger Royal into the corner, the hot favourite. Killine and Buddy takes up the running and is inside number 1 Jingle Jingle. In third, number 3 Ranger Royal. On the outside, number 4 Fury's Fancy, but it's Killine and Buddy in front. In second, Jingle Jingle. Fury's Fancy coming on the run, but up the home straight. Number 2 Killine and Buddy wins this one for favourite backers, an easy win. Our next nominee is Loa Loa. This August 99 whelp is trained by Larry Mason, and he was the son of Tom's the Best and Slick Mel. Loa Loa won the 2002 Fair Warrior Open 400 in Mullingar. And away they go, and first to show Loa Loa. And inside now, number 1 is Tom LaRose, and in the middle, number 3, Monksland Spring. Into the corners, nip and tuck. Number 5, Loa Loa now starting to assert. And on the outside, number 6 is Meadows Dew Gold. But number 5, Loa Loa has gone round in front. In second spot now, Monksland Spring starting a run. In third, number 1, Tom LaMaggie. But up to the line, Loa Loa has won it. He took it up. And the final nominee for this category is You Said So, a June 99 bitch by Larkill Joe out of Tree Climber. She was trained by Michael O'Donovan in Cashel. She won the Peggy Kelly Island Bridge Perpetual Cup at Harold's Cross.
The hair behind the traps and away they go, and she's out fast. You Said So from 1. Killine and Buddy in 3 is out fast and leading to the bend. It's number 3 Killine and Buddy from number 1 You Said So. Number 2 is third, that's Sean's Bullet. On the bend, number 3 runs wide, Killine and Buddy. Number 1 goes up the inside, You Said So, and leads off the corner with number 4 Fact File putting in a run. Coming to the line, it's 1 from 3.
I think you'll agree they're 3 wonderful sprinters. But moving swiftly along to our next category, Marathon Greyhound of the Year. The nominees are Blue Boomer, trained by Paul Hennessy. This October 99 whelp is a son of Smooth Rumble out of Brood Bitch of the Year, Daly's Heartthrob. He made it to a number of finals throughout the year. Here we see him winning the Supplier 750 at Shelburne Park.
Here comes number 2, Blue Boomer, with that powerful backstraight dash of his, down into the penultimate corner. Number 4, Mixed Top Lady, now been taken on and passed by Blue Boomer. He won't be caught at this stage, surely. Number 4, Mixed Top Lady in second, back in third, number 5, Melon's Bar. But this one all over. Blue Boomer has struck the front, up the home straight. Number 2, Bloomer, a very convincing winner of this one.
Next up is Mega Delight, a June 99 bitch by Smooth Rumble out of Knock Even Joy. She has since returned to owner Bob Morton in England, but when trained by Seamus Graham, she racked up 15 wins in the trot. Here we see her winning the Boyle Sports Corn Cuchulainn at Harold's Cross.
Mega Delight from number 1 Dew Point in second. Now number 2 gets up into third. That's Blue Boomer into second now, coming out the fifth bend. But it's Mega Delight out front. Blue Boomer is second. And well, Mega Delight is on her way to 13 in a row, winning the final of the Boyle Sports Corn Cuchulainn.
And the third nominee is another sibling of Smooth Rumble. This time it's Metric Tiger, a May 99 whelp out of Metric Melba. He was trained by Johnny Kavanagh, and he went on to win the Barry's Tea 700 at Curraheen Park. Second, number 2, Metric Tiger, and back in third, Lotta Princess. The favourite doesn't look like she'll be winning it, and Blue Boomer's at the tail, but around the final corner, number 3, Black Option. Here comes Metric Tiger on the inside, up to the line, and Metric Tiger wins it. As you would have noticed, Smooth Rumble was the sire of all 3 nominees in the Marathon Greyhound of the Year. What a tremendous feat. Moving along to the next category, which is Bitch of the Year. There are 3 wonderful greyhounds competing for this one. The first nominee is Life's Beauty, a daughter of Stapler's Joe out of Annie's Touch. She is a June 99 whelp, trained by Nicky Turner and owned by Larry Byrne. In the final of the Sporting Press Irish Oaks, she made her early pace count, leading all the way for a tremendous victory.
It's Life's Beauty, 3 in front, heading to second last bend from number 2. Hey, good looking. Now number 6 is putting in a run. Long Valley Tina closing, but it's Life's Beauty out in front. Is she going to be caught? Life's Beauty coming to the line with Presley Lark putting in a huge run, but Life's Beauty has won the Oaks.
The second nominee for this category is Long Valley Tina, a June 99 bitch. She's a daughter of Some Picture and Unlucky Lady. Her claim to fame was winning the Boyle Sports Champion Stakes in a thrilling finish for her owners Thomas and Dan Joe Collins.
And look at Long Valley Tina in behind. This is going to be a fierce finish. Here's Long Valley Tina coming wide. Olden Times in front. Long Valley coming at her. Oh, it's mighty close.
Completing the category, and a dual nominee, Mega Delight, a daughter of Smooth Rumble and Not Even Joy. She made light work of the Red Mills' Irish Cesarewitch at Mullingar with a track record performance.
Down the back straight, Mega Delight about 3 lengths, 4 lengths clear now. Number 5, Haliska Vienna. In third, Lissaroon Nose, and further back, Troop is Gloria. Around the second last corner, it's number 4, Mega Delight, the favourite, at 5-4. In front of the second favourite, Haliska Vienna at 6-4. Up the home straight, Mega Delight still running strongly. She's going to get there. Mega Delight wins the Cesarewitch for 2002.
Will Mega Delight be able to pull it off and win 2 different categories? Time will tell. But now to the final award, the most hotly contested of all the 4. In what was a tremendous year for greyhounds, the Dog of the Year title is the one they all want to win. We have 3 wonderful greyhounds. Let's take a look at them. We start off with the Paddy Power Derby winner, a son of Spar Nikita and Sandy Penny. He gave his owner Michael Carney and trainer Ollie Bray a night they will never forget. Seen here, running to glory in the 2002 Derby final.
Bypass Byways on his way to glory. This is a magnificent run. The son of Spire Nikita and Sandy Penny, owned by Michael Carney, trained by Ollie Bray. He's won the Derby.
Next we have Fortune Mike. What a tremendous year he had, winning the Lee Strand Charity 550 as well as the 2002 Puppy Derby. A son of Top Honcho and Don's Pride, he was owned and trained by the husband and wife team of Mary and Michael Keane. Who could forget that wonderful night when he won the Puppy Derby at Harold's Cross?
Around the final corner, Fortune Mike now coming up to challenge Fortune Mike. Here comes Odette up to the line. Fortune Mike, Odette on the line. Fortune Mike, I think, gets there.
And last, but certainly not least, is Serene Rumble, the September 2000 whelp, a son of Smooth Rumble out of 7.7, owned by the highly popular Eddie Ryan and trained by Michael O'Donovan. The highlight of his year was winning the 2002 Vodafone Grand Prix at Harold's Cross.
Around the second last corner, Serene Rumble continues to lead. Heavenly Hero trying to cut into the lead. Back in third, Kansoki, but up the home straight. Number 4, Serene Rumble wins it. Second, number 3, Heavenly Hero.
Well, there you have the nominees for the different categories. I think you'll agree that the judges have a very tricky task ahead of them.
We'll have a look at the fixtures now, and on Friday at Newbridge it's the second round of the MD Betting Yankee Stake. On Saturday at Shelburne Park it's the first round of the Droopies Vieri Easter Cup. At Limerick, the final of the Red Mills Kennedy Cup, and at Cork, the semi-finals of the Hospitality Catering Super Sprint. On Sunday at Mullingar it's the final of the Red Mills Irish Cesarewitch, and at Limerick it's the National Greyhound Awards at Limerick's Radisson Hotel. Next week, we bring you the finals of the Cesarewitch from Mullingar and the Kennedy Cup from Limerick, those semi-finals from Cork, plus highlights from the National Greyhound Awards.